We're back now with day 8 of the historic criminal trial of former President Donald Trump, featuring his defense team trying to undercut a key witness in the case.
Yeah, the former president also showing some unusual behavior. Pix 11's Henry Rossoff reports from outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan.
Former President Donald Trump spent much of the day leaned back in his chair with his eyes closed. He wasn't necessarily sleeping. His mouth was moving quite a bit, and he was shifting around in his chair, but it was different. And this all happened while his defense team, through cross-examination, worked to discredit David Pecker, the former tabloid publisher.
So we have another day of court in a freezing courthouse. It's very cold in there, on purpose, I believe. They don't seem to be able to get the temperature up.
On his way into court, former President Trump seemed to imply there was some sort of HVAC conspiracy against him inside the 15th floor towering wood-paneled courtroom that tends to host most of Manhattan's high-profile criminal trials. It's historically either very cold or very hot up there. Regardless of the temperature, Mr. Trump spent most of the morning in his chair, eyes closed, shifting around, all while his defense team cross-examined David Pecker, former publisher of the National Enquirer. Pecker has an immunity deal, and the Manhattan DA says he's an unindicted co-conspirator in a scheme to smear then-candidate Donald Trump's political opponents in 2015 and 2016, and also suppress negative stories about Mr. Trump. Under cross-examination, Pecker admitted he would have smeared the likes of Ben Carson, Senator Marco Rubio, and Senator Ted Cruz anyway, because the articles in question could be cheaply produced with publicly known information and would be popular with his readers. Pecker also conceded he would have run an ultimately false but salacious story about Mr. Trump fathering a child out of wedlock had it proven true. Pecker says he paid a doorman for the story not to kill it, but to keep a potential exclusive alive. Finally, in the day's most poignant moment, Pecker was confronted with potential inconsistencies in his testimony from Thursday. He said in court that then-President-elect Trump had thanked him for working to buy and suppress the story of Karen McDougal, a Playboy model who claimed she had a year-long affair with Mr. Trump. But during a July 2018 deposition with federal authorities, according to FBI notes, Pecker said Trump had not expressed gratitude to him. Pecker seemed flustered, saying on the stand, quote, "What the FBI is writing down here can be wrong. I know what I testified to yesterday. This is going back to 2018. When the Manhattan DA's office redirected Pecker, he testified the agreement with Trump went well beyond business as usual.
It's a rig trial. Terrible. But we're doing very well in this rig trial. Everybody knows it.
And in the afternoon, we heard from another witness, Rona Graff, the longtime executive assistant to Mr. Trump. She's known as his gatekeeper. We've already heard testimony about how she put adult film star Stormy Daniels into the Trump Organization contact list. And looking forward to next week, we do expect Justice Juan Merchan to rule on the number of gag order contempt violations that have been raised by the Manhattan DA. He can choose either a $1,000 fine per violation or possibly jail time, though we're not expecting that. In Lower Manhattan, Henry Rossoff, Pix 11 News.
All right, thank you, Henry. And stay with Pix 11 News on air and online for continuing coverage of former President Trump's hush money trial. You can find the latest updates on our website, pix11.com, or streaming on Pix 11 Plus.